Team radio then.
Okay, there appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
Jeff? We haven't had one of these forever. We should not be having an issue. Jeff.
We're racing again. It looks critical. Find somewhere to retire as soon as possible. We can't risk you carrying on with this race. I repeat, find somewhere to retire immediately. It's too dangerous to stay on track.
Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video, the F1 2021 Driver Career Mode, episode number 73 today for the British Grand Prix of Season 5, round number 9. If you missed the previous painful ending episode, I recommend going and check that out, and of course subscribe to the channel if you see plenty more Driver Career Mode videos. But coming into this one then, you'll notice on screen, big change, because we've moved to Ferrari. First of all, things were not going great at BMW Williams. We weren't working together well with Russell. Obviously, several high-profile incidents, for example, Canada, as well Austria, are not working together to get the car where we want to be. BMW really were given an ultimatum by Russell. Secondly, at Ferrari, Sainz was upset with Leclerc not giving him the positions, and that actually happened twice. I'll explain why it happened twice in a minute, because we'll look at the results from Austria. But Sainz is in the championship fight, Leclerc less so. We're getting to the halfway stage of the season now. Leclerc was as closed in with his victory at Austria on the leader Sainz. But, nevertheless, it's not great for the team to be in that position. You can see there that Sainz actually completed a Ferrari 1-2 twice in a row now, beaten by Leclerc. Against Max Verstappen, though, that is good. Well, we all know that Verstappen will come back. He has done several times in the past, even though he has had quite a couple of sloppy races. Monaco, Baku, France, and even Austria wasn't a great race for him, although he did have an engine penalty for that race as well, although he did also take out his teammate as well. But yes, obviously we're in a maxed out Ferrari. Red Bull, I think, have got an upgrade to come. Mercedes obviously will probably have upgrades to come as well. So for us, this is a good opportunity. We're now at a better team, much better car than BMW Williams. It means that Russell can be that team leader role that he wants, because replacing me at Williams is Christian Lundgaard, who you might remember from the first half of Season 4. Yes, so obviously he comes in. They're not replaced Leclerc, so Leclerc is not longer in this series, even despite his recent form. So we'll have to wait and see. Well, we won't see him pop up in Season 6. In terms of R&D, you can see there that Red Bull are flattened out, but I think they've still got an upgrade to come. Mercedes are now starting to get there. They're now the fourth fastest team on the grid. We're pretty much back to that top four where we were in Season 3. Haas have brought a third upgrade in a row for the first time since 1852. But they're still bottom. So yes, enough about that. Let's see what this Ferrari can do. Silverstone. It's not a great track to be starting my Ferrari half-season career with them. Not gonna lie, but nevertheless, it's going well. It's actually going well around Silverstone with P5 at the moment, which is this could be the best qualifying I've had ever on any career mode episode at Silverstone, excluding the F1 mod. Around this track as well. Through sector 1 then, slightly up on our previous best time, but a purple first sector, that's what we like to see. This is now we're into the section of corners that I lose a whole load of time to the AI, as well as we come through this section. They don't like that, but I mean, we're just going to ignore the scene track minutes. Cops is a terrible corner on this game, always end up going wide. There's just so much understeer. And then through Maggots and Beckett's, the AI are doing their 9,000 miles an hour through this section, where I'm doing 50 compared to them. You can see here we're actually, now to be fair, we're improving. Only fractionally slower than Norris there, so you know that's not too bad actually. The tyres are holding up, not a little bit overheating as well on the left hand side as well. Through into the final section, then it should be a lot less time. There is little time lost to the AI, but not as much through the middle sector. And that's P3. Of all the career mode episodes, driver career mode episodes we've done at Silverstone, I don't remember being this high up. Sainz is 15th though, so don't know what happened to him. Taking a leaf out of his real life self, so well, can we win this race? We'll have to wait and see. Time for the race for British Grand Prix.
Welcome along then to Great Britain and the Great Silverstone circuit for today's Grand Prix. The 3.6 miles of the Silverstone circuit in Great Britain is hallowed ground to the Formula One faithful. We have 18 corners that wrap around this former World War II airbase and some good passing opportunities at the end of the DRS zones. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn one?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn one as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Lance Stroll yesterday puts him on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have a Ferrari, Norris, Pierre Gasly and Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso and Sergio Perez, Ocon, Russell, Sebastian Vettel and Islet, Sainz, Joe, Nicholas Latifi and Christian Lundgaard, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
I think we'll try our best at a home race. Don't necessarily have the pace around here though, so we'll have to wait and see how we get on. But race strategy is a one-stop from softs or mediums. Sort of lap 8 might be a lap early, depending on what we're feeling with the undercut, whether or not. So 5 red lights then for the British Grand Prix, our home race. First race for Ferrari, and away we go, and it's an okay start. Not as good as the Red Bulls. Verstappen's had an amazing start, and he's up into the lead of the Grand Prix. As well, we defend from Norris and the two McLarens of Gasly and Ricciardo as well, and retain our P3. But of course, for how long? The Red Bull look mighty fast already, and it's only been half of that. Norris with a little look through to Maggots and Beckett's, but no move there. Then we just need to use all the ERS in the world down this back straight to ensure that we don't get there. But tyres already overheating, 103 degrees there on the right rear. Team radio.
Some information on Verstappen. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
That's interesting. Verstappen's going to be slow. So it looks like he's going to have a few bit more issues than he had at yesterday's Spanish Grand Prix in real life. And Stroll is actually going to stroll past him here and up into the lead of the Grand Prix. Verstappen's issues not looking great, and we've now closed in with DRS as well on Verstappen as Stroll there 2 seconds up the road. Verstappen clearly struggling with some engine issues, and he's all very slow into that brake zone. We have to take avoiding action and make the overtake there. Not really expecting to make the overtake there, but we did get the move done. But you know, he just broke very early there. It doesn't quite look so dramatic off board, but you know, I wasn't really expecting to brake that early for the corner. And well, he's going to be a sitting duck here, because I mean, how many places will Verstappen drop? This is playing beautifully into the hands of Carlos Sainz, who's all the way down still in 15th place, as Norris makes a lovely move into turn 1, and also making a lovely move at Brooklands is Pierre Gasly in the McLaren, right round the outside of Verstappen, and he's now up to P4, the Frenchman, as well as Gasly drops behind. As Norris now has a go for us. Obviously it's an all British second 2-3 at the moment, albeit in different teams as well. We defend that one, but you know, I mean, he is this back straight, of course, out of Maggots and Beckett's section, he is very strong at. Does have a go at us here, unable to get past though, and we're able to keep the position. But you see Stroll is now 6 seconds up in front, so the Red Bull have been mighty in this race. And you know what, Verstappen, it would probably be an easy 1-2 for Red Bull had it not been that issue for Verstappen, who is coming in now with us, as does Gasly, Tsunoda and Hamilton as well. So Norris and Ricciardo continue on. Tyres okay, 23% on the front left, but the overheating is a big issue as well, which I'll talk about in another. That is another video coming. Things that I do not like about F1 2021 that needs to be fixed for the new and upcoming game. But we are out in coming out in P11. There's nobody behind. Or there's a Haas coming. Hopefully we can get in front of. I think it's Schumacher. We're going to get in front of Schumacher just about. A little bit on the grass there on the exit. Not really where we want to be as well. And there is Lando Norris, the following lap number 10 as well. He's come out ahead of us, but can we get him past here, right around the outside there, turn the inside, a little bit of oversteer there, moment there, which I think there might have been a little bit of contact, nothing too serious there, but we are through on Norris as well. Oh yes, there was a little bit of an oversteer moment. There was a little bit of contact, a little wheel banging with my rear, my rear right, his front left tyre there. But of course Norris isn't going to give up that easily, and he's of course coming back at us on lap number 10 with DRS, but he's gone wide. I wonder if he locked up there. We'll get a replay as I can get a track limits warning there. But so it's Norris, he's got DRS obviously, so he's just going to breeze past, but then he just lock up on the front left. That's not going to help his tyre wear as well. How dramatic did it look off board? Obviously lockups have been a big feature so far in F1 22, although I don't know if that's going to be in the final game or not. I hope it is, because you know, that don't really see a lockup for me anyway. As Gasly did have a look at him, but is able to carry on. We're still having issues with overheating tyres, and there is Daniel Ricciardo coming out of the pits as well. Ricciardo's come out of nowhere, and it looks like he's going to spoil Norris's party as well. He's for P3 as well, as we go a similar move to Norris, but we had to finish it off on the inside the following corner, unlike the Norris we'd already passed him, our fellow Brit. So it will be Stroll for myself and then Ricciardo, as Carlos Sainz is having a woeful weekend and he's stuck behind our former teammate. So not sure if this is an un-Ferrari friendly track or not, but you know, we've been doing okay. We've been held our position, although we have been creating a lot of chain, as Gasly is finally past Norris at Brookfield to spoil the 4-year-old's chances of a podium there, as Ricciardo has hit us in the rear there. Don't think he has damage, but that was unfortunate for the Australian there. Just I'm defending my line, and he's just gone into the back of us. there, not really conscious, as Snowder now is going past Norris. Snowder get switches to from left to right there, and we'll have the inside of the following corner. Aggressive defending there from Lando, but Snowder able to go past in the end. And now Hamilton's going to have a look at the 4-year-old, so these chances of him getting a podium in his home race is slipping minute by minute. But you know, this has been an improvement, don't get me wrong, for the Mercedes. Just like in real life, they are a team that is coming back from the days where we raced for them back in season 3. We were fighting for world championships. Back to our POV. Gasly got in front of Ricciardo, a little bit of team orders there. I don't know if Ricciardo has slight front wing damage, which he hasn't been able to follow us, so he'll come through for P4. It'll be Gasly who gets the final podium slot. Stroll is untouchable, 14 seconds. That Red Bull looks unbeatable as well. But for us, I will definitely take P2. It's the best result I've had at Silverstone in a career mode ever. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure, as well. But there is, of course, room for improvement always, as well. Didn't want to be quite that slow, as well. But nevertheless, it's P2, and we'll take the points that we got. Verstappen recovered to P9 in the end, set fastest lap as well for that extra point. Sainz only 15th, unable to show that. Hopefully, his focus isn't badly affected by that. In terms of the standings, then, Sainz's lead has been reduced to 3 points. Gasly is moving into position, but whether or not the Frenchman can find that consistency in the McLaren and the Audi, whether or not, he's 12 points behind. Obviously, Leclerc is no longer part of this championship as well. So whether or not Tsunoda there in P4 P5 will probably move up to P4 at some point. And Tsunoda's been driving AlphaTauri to those that put that P4 in the constructors as well. So AlphaTauri may be replacing ILOC potentially. For us, 30-point gap from Red Bull.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Do you think you were lucky not to end your race with that crash?
Well, enough about Claire there. So yes, P2, best result of the season. I did not think we would get a podium at Silverstone, I'm going to be honest. But it's a good start for the Ferrari. There are better tracks to come. Belgium, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if we can get a podium at Belgium. Spa, the middle sector isn't just like at Silverstone, isn't a good place for me. But then after that, we've got some good tracks coming up for the likes of Italy and Singapore, Mexico and Brazil to round off this final season. Those tracks are looking good. Maybe victory? We'll have to wait and see. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe channel, and you see plenty more F1 2021 and F1 22 Drive Crimo videos as and when they come out. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.